Well, good morning everybody and welcome back to Imp of B. Today I'm doing something a little different because I wanted to talk about joining the Caravan and Motorhome Club. Now, the other big site, if you like, is the Camping and Caravanning Club, and I don't have a preference particularly. The reason I've gone with the Caravan and Motorhome Club is because I've been a member in the past. And there are a few sites that I really loved and I like to revisit, so it made sense for me to just rejoin the site I already know. So that's what I'm going to talk about today, and kind of broadly how much it costs, what you can expect if you join. This episode is not sponsored or affiliated in any way with the Caravan and Motorhome Club. I am doing this off my own back simply because I wanted to rejoin. And I thought some of you, if you've never been a member or haven't ever thought about it, might be interested to know what it's all about and the type of sites that you could expect to visit. So this is really just the introduction, a bit about the admin of joining and how to navigate around the app really. So first of all, let's talk about why I am rejoining. Why did I let my membership lapse? Essentially, the pandemic happened and my membership was due to renew in the June of that year, and I didn't bother renewing it because, as you will all know, we weren't really able to visit any of the sites. So I let my memberships lapse. During the past 2 years, if you've watched any videos of mine, you'll know that I really enjoyed getting away from the crowds and doing what I called wild camping. Not really wild camping, but sort of car park camps using Park for Night apps. And I've done a couple of sort of multi-day trips, the November being the last one, where I kind of literally stayed for free for a week. So I will link those videos into this video if that's something you're interested in. There are times though, maybe if you've got something on in a particular area, or you're visiting friends or family, or you're doing a longer road trip, and you need to pull in somewhere that has got laundry facilities, good shower and toilet blocks, and hookups and all of that kind of thing. And the other thing is, I do like to winter camp. And again, before I had the heater in the van, it's nice to go somewhere that you know is open all year, that's got a hookup included in the pitch fees, so that you can run a fan heater perhaps, or lighting, etc. So that's why I'm rejoining. And plus I thought it would be interesting to talk about it a little bit and film some of the places I'm going to stay in case it's of interest to any of you. So anyway, joining up, I did that last weekend, which was about a week ago, because it's the weekend again now. It was very, very simple. Go to the website, you can even phone if you want to do it the old school way. Pay your fee. It is 50, I'm just checking, I got the right numbers here. Currently, we're in June 2020, no we're not, we're still in May, it's May 2022. The annual fee for joining is £56. So I've paid that up. Once you've paid, you are immediately a member and you can book sites from that point on. And then a couple of days later, so a couple of days ago, I received my membership pack, and I'll go through that with you. And I will be receiving my membership card separately. I haven't had that as yet, but as I said, it doesn't really stop you. You can still go and book sites immediately. Now, for that membership, you can join for yourself, and you can join with a partner for free. So Richard is my partner, so him and I can stay at the sites as members. And also any children that you've got who are under the age of 18 can also join. As I said, a large part of why I've done this is because I want to use the certified site. So let's come on and talk about the difference between club sites, affiliated sites and certified sites. I hope I'm not talking too much jargon, but if you've been a member of any of these sites, you'll know that there are different sort of sites that you can camp at. So club sites first. For the Caravan and Motorhome Club, the club sites are the larger, the more manicured. I've not stayed at that many club sites. I've stayed at one in Tredegar, which is in the grounds of a rather lovely stately home, Tredegar Park. My favourite site I've stayed in so far is Crystal Palace, just outside London, which is in the grounds of the old Victorian Crystal Palace. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, the club sites are, I would say, quite rule heavy, and if you're used to more rustic sites and just turning up and finding a park, a pitch that you fancy with a view and just pulling up there, the club sites are not like that, I will warn you now. There are a lot of health and safety signs around and rules for everyone's safety, and some of you might really like that. And sometimes I like that, particularly if I'm travelling on my own and I'm going somewhere I don't really know. So that's the club sites. A major part of why I joined in the first place a few years ago and why I'm still going to use these sites is because I want to use the certified location. Now, the certified locations have been checked by people at the Caravan Motorhome Club, and they are more smaller, they are more rural very often, they'll often be in farmers' fields, and some of them are extremely basic, some of them are literally a field. But the good thing about them is there's a maximum of 5 members only allowed to camp at a time. And you don't, well, at least I don't think you book those online. When I joined previously, when you're a member, you get the details of the person who owns that site and you contact them directly to book a site. They are less expensive than the club sites very often. They're often in absolutely stunning locations, again, close to the sea if that's what you like. And again, when you're searching, you can filter out if you're looking for ones that have toilets. A lot of them won't, and they might just have a tap, so be aware. But there are 2,000 of those throughout the UK and Ireland, so lots of choice, and I don't think you'll ever be too far away from a certified site. There is another category called the affiliated sites, and I don't really know much about that. I think they're not, they don't have to meet a certain standard, I think they just work closely, or they're associated with the Caravan and Motorhome Club, but I can't really tell you much about them because I've never stayed at one. But I'm guessing it might be that there'll be more pitches there for people who maybe aren't members. So that's the type of sites that you can expect to look for when you join. There are other benefits. I've never really used any of these myself, but a lot of people I see on the forums do, and that's things like discounts off insurance, ferry crossings. The other thing they do is training. So if you do have a caravan or a large motorhome, they will sort of offer training days for towing, and also training for, if you're nervous like me, something I might take them up on, they can do training on driving in Europe. Another point for those of you with pets, at all the club sites you are allowed dogs or cats if you take your cats. Again, that's a real positive thing for us, and when you get there, there's inevitably really good dog waste bins and lovely walks. The certified sites not always allow pets, and bearing in mind they are on working farms very often, and you might have to keep them under strict control. But yeah, check that out when you're booking. Now, something that I have only just been aware of, when I was a member previously, so I think 2019 was the last year I was a member, you were able to go online and book sites up to a year in advance. And this seemed a really good idea because you didn't have to pay a deposit. You could literally just go on, click, 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 and book sites a year in advance, which seemed like a good idea. But what you actually found was really popular sites book up a year in advance, and there's people who are just speculatively booking. So the sites got really chock-a-block. This year, it's not in place at the moment, but sometime during 2022, they are going to start introducing deposits. And I think the idea is to free up some of the more popular sites and for people to be booking only if they really are thinking of going. You can cancel your booking within 72 hours. which is useful. Now, personally, I don't mind the deposit because if it means that the popular sites become more free, that's a good thing, I think. And I only tend to book if I'm actually going to be staying, so it doesn't bother me at all. So let's talk about booking the actual sites. Now, you can pick up the phone the old-fashioned way and speak to someone to book sites. You can go on your computer or laptop and book sites. You can go on your phone and use a search engine. But probably for the majority of us, we're going to be out and about and wanting to book a site there and then on our phones. And there is a really handy app that you can download from the App Store. So I'm just going to show you how that looks and how you sort of filter the results, just to give you an idea of the types and the number of sites that are available. So let's have a little look. So this is the home page for the app, and as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. The button you're going to probably use the most is the search sites. So let's have a little look at that. So you've got a few options here. You can either click use my current location, which will bring up a map of where you are now, and you can sort of search within your radius. Or it might be that you know roughly where you want to go, and you can tap in a geographical location. So let's tap in Bristol. Okay, and then you can choose the radius. So you can go down from 5 miles, and you can just keep going and expand your up to 55 miles. So let's put in a 25-mile radius of Bristol. You can just click search on that. And as you can see, you've got quite a big cluster here of sites in that area. Now, the green stars are your certified sites, and then the red flags are club sites. So just as a quick reminder again, the certified sites are the smaller sites that are sort of licensed for 5 vehicles, and then the club sites are much larger. So this is the club site. We've got Cheddar Caravan Club site. So if I click on that, it will give you some information on the opening months of the year. This one's open all year. The address, the phone number, and then there's usually quite a nice description of the area and what facilities are on the site and any useful information really. And then there's a little checklist here of, again, the facilities on site and information on what's nearby. If you want to check prices, you get the full list of prices there for the various pitches. But it's what I normally do is just, if I want to book, just click on book now, and then you can choose the type of pitch you want, whether it's standard with awning, standard without awning, or fully serviced. Let's go with that. And then you swipe the calendar to look at all the dates. Now the orange dates will be fully booked at the moment, and the blue dates are available. So let's say I wanted to stay in the 11th of August for 2 nights, and say there were 2 of us staying. My outfit is the Mazda. And then it'll give you a breakdown of the booking. So that's the 2 nights standard pitch with awning for 2 nights, 2 adults, and they have given the total there £75.60. If I change that to just the 2 nights, let's have 1 adult. The price has come down to £51.80. So that's a key point actually, that with the club sites, you pay your pitch fee and then you pay a price per adult. So yeah, it does get quite a bit more expensive for Richard and I to stay at a club site. However, if you're booking a certified location, which is the smaller sites, those pitch prices are normally a price for 2 adults and pets, if they accept pets. So as I say, the certified sites are a little less expensive, but of course you don't get all the facilities. So there is another way. If I go back to the search again, and say we want to look around Bristol, and we want to look within 25 miles, but you can filter the results, so it will pick out ones that are relevant for you. So you might want to only stay at certified locations, so you can uncheck affiliated and club sites. And then you can sort of scroll to see what things so it might be that you definitely want dogs welcome and you want hookup. You might want WC and shower. And then some categories around the local area, so whether you want to be near the coast, public transport, etc. Obviously, the more you click on these, you're really going to narrow your search down. But let's have a little look to see what happens with those searches. So as you can see, we've narrowed the search now, and the only sites appearing are the certified locations that have WC and toilet and welcome dogs and have hookup. Now it's worth pointing out that if you are looking to book a certified location, you aren't able to book those online the way that I just showed you with the club sites. You need to phone these sites, and only members will have access to the telephone numbers for these sites. So it is members only to access certified locations, which, as I said before, is one of the major reasons that I've rejoined, really. It's just to have access to all of these small sites. Now, I mentioned the little pack that you get online. Now, this feels so old school to me and lovely. Usually now when you join anything, everything's online, isn't it? And it's great, it's very handy, and you get apps and everything, but it is lovely, and I love keeping this in the bongo. It is so just nice to sort of get inspiration and also, you know, genuinely plan your trips. So, a couple of leaflets and advertisements there for insurance and things. So, first thing you get is the sites directory. So this will list every club site and certified location. Doesn't give you much information. It's like the old-fashioned B&B handbooks that you used to get. You'd look up, for example, Somerset, and you'd have all the lists of B&Bs, the addresses and the phone numbers. There's little symbols here so that you can see whether they take dogs, for example, but just basic information on the site. But you can narrow it down to, I suppose it's the old-fashioned search function, isn't it? You just look down to Hampshire or Devon and you look at all the sites and find one that suits. But regarding the club sites, there is a bit more information on those, little maps, what's in the local area. So again, I do like this. And then you get this huge map of the UK. I won't open it all out, but there's this sort of the south coast. And as you can see, have I got it the right way up? Yeah. They will have a little map showing you all the different, there'll be a key at the bottom here. All the main roads are on here and locations of sites. And you'll have on here whether they're club sites or whether they're certified locations. So if you don't want to use your handbook and you're literally in an area, you can pick up your map, look at it, they'll all have numbers on, and then you can cross-reference it with this book. So if you like doing things the old way, that is absolutely brilliant. Or you've got the app to do it the more modern way. You can pick and choose. So that is my little walkthrough of being a member, joining up and sort of searching for sites. I hope you found that useful. Please comment below if you're a member or if you're a member of a different organisation and, you know, what the difference is. Like I said, I've plumped with one. I didn't particularly want to be a member of two clubs. So for me, it's the Caravan Motorhome Club. My plans, as I said, Richard and I are going away later in the year, sort of autumn, late summertime. And we will stay at a few different, you know, club sites and certifieds probably. But closer, I'm going to be staying in a certified location that is probably 2 miles from my house. It's very basic, it's just a field, but I'm keen to go there because it's in a gorgeous location with lovely walks. And I'm going to film and show you around so that you can see the type of site that you may get as a certified location. And then I will go to a club site and I will show you the difference and the sort of the shower blocks, etc. So that's it from me today. I hope you're all well. It is coming up to that lovely long Jubilee weekend for us all. I don't know if any of you are planning on going away. Richard and I both have 5 days off, so we're really looking forward to some time off. We're going to mix it up. We're not going away for the whole 5 weeks, but we will be around the house. We're going to do some walks in the local area, but we have thought maybe we would book one night. So I will let you know and I will post a video. Anyway, take care everyone, and I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye.